Hello, my name is Josh Kaminer, and today I'm going to be talking about Japanese discrimination during World War II. The internment camps are a prime example of how, with enough prejudice and propaganda, it can motivate an entire country like America to go against someone just because of their race, their ethnicity, their religion, or just what they believe in general. Today, I'm going to be talking about a brief history of the internment camps, the motivation of why America did this in the first place, and a lesson on mindfulness and how we can treat these situations in the future. According to History.com, Japanese internment camps were first established during World War II by President Franklin D. Roosevelt through his executive order. From 1942 to 1945, it was the policy of the U.S. government that people of Japanese descent, including the U.S. citizens that had no involvement with the war, would be incarcerated in isolated camps enacted in reaction to the Pearl Harbor attacks and the ensuing war with Japan. The incarceration of Japanese Americans is considered one of the most atrocious violations of American civil rights during the 20th century. The last Japanese internment camp closed in March 1946. President Gerald Ford officially repealed the executive order created by Franklin D. Roosevelt, and in 1976 to 1988, Congress issued a formal apology and passed the Civil Liberties Act, which awarded $20,000 to over 80,000 Japanese Americans as reparations for their treatment during the war. Even with these financial payments, which do help, it shouldn't dismiss them of the years of racism and segregation that they treated the Japanese Americans who were not involved with Pearl Harbor or anything to do with the war. Now, the motivation. The internment camps were motivated by attacks on Pearl Harbor and from a Japanese fleet which destroyed several United States naval ships. And this attack ended up bringing America into World War II. America's involvement caused a lot of tension between Japan, and the propaganda behind it caused Americans to go against the Japanese American citizens who had no affiliation with the country of Japan or the war. Now for mindfulness. Mindfulness is important to understanding other people, and even in a state of fear or panic that America was experiencing during World War II, you got to understand that these people are real people with personalities, and they shouldn't be treated being thrown out of their homes into these isolated camps. And it's just important to learning how to be mindful and make better decisions. My name is Josh Kaminer, and thank you for listening.